Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to our boy, Yahweh Shemel Shai, Boy Shemel Kodash. Call Hallelujah, Yahweh Shemel Shai, Boy Shemel Kodash. That's the nation Hebrew saying all praise to Yahweh, name El Shai, name the Holy Spirit. Yahweh is the correct name for the God of the Bible, who the world ignorantly call Jehovah, God, or Yahweh. His son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly call Jesus Christ. The true name for the God of the Bible in the Hebrew is Yahweh. His son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai. I want to give double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And shalom to all our brothers and mothers pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, to all that believe in this gospel. Shalom. Brothers are from Camp James, Jamaica, and this lesson, update on the famine of the word, which is a part of the prophecy as well. At one point, going to come in this time when this word, the video demo we have out there, this lesson made right now, will not be accessible. Things going to change. And this video here and this speech from World Economic Forum, special address by Pedro Sanchez, Prime Minister of Spain, World Economic Forum, annual meeting 2025. And I'm going to play a small section here.
It's the power of the elites. It is the power of those who think that because they are rich, they are above the law and can do anything. That is why, my friends, that is why the tech billionaires want to overthrow democracy. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the truth of the terrible threat we face. The technology that was intended to free us has become the tool of our own oppression. The social media that were supposed to bring unity, clarity, and democracy have brought division, lies, and a reactionary agenda. And they have begun to compete unfairly with the strategic sectors of our economies, such as banking, retail, and media outlets. And they have ended up in the hands of a reduced group of men, by the way, only men, whose combined wealth triples the entire European Union's budget. In this context, many public figures and media outlets have chosen to give up and leave these social platforms. A decision that, of course, I fully understand and respect. In fact, I myself have considered doing the same, because, frankly, my life would be much easier. However, I also believe that social media have transcended what they once were. I believe they are too important, especially for younger generations, to keep considering them mere businesses, owned by someone who can manage them at their will. I believe social media are now a common resource for humanity, like the oceans, and they should be protected and managed accordingly. Because in my view, the original promise that social media were built upon is still possible. If we correct the many wrongs and do things right, we can still turn these platforms into a space of dialogue, participation, and freedom to improve our societies and strengthen our democracies. The fact that so many people are using them for that is proof. But of course, to achieve this, we will need to act swiftly and decisively. We need to create a common front that unites all who believe in democracy, regardless of their political ideologies, and take all measures to tackle this bold threat. And today, I would like to advance three ideas. Three measures that I will propose to all European leaders in the next Foreign Council meeting that will take place in Brussels. First, I propose putting an end to anonymity on social media.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to speed it up. Shouldn't have started here, but I didn't. So here it is.
In our countries, no one can walk the streets with a mask on their face or drive a car without a license plate. No one can send packages without showing an ID or buy a hunting weapon without giving their name. And yet, we are allowing people to roam freely on social networks without linking their profiles to a real identity. This paving the way for misinformation, hate speech, and cyber harassment, because it is facilitating the use of bots, and it is allowing people to act without being held accountable for their actions. Such An anomaly cannot continue. In a democracy, citizens have the right to privacy, not, not to anonymity or impunity. Because with those two, social coexistence would be impossible. That is why I believe we must push forward the principle of pseudonymity as the functioning element of social media and force all these platforms to link every user account to an European digital identity wallet. This way, citizens could use nicknames if they want, but in the case of a crime, public authorities will be able to connect those nicknames to real people and hold them responsible. Because accountability is not an obstacle to freedom of speech, it is an essential complement to it. On social media user, or it's much better to say, one social media user, one real ID. This is the only way to really ensure that minors do not access inappropriate content, that people who commit crimes are banned or prosecuted from social networks, and that the millions of fake profiles that exist and influence the public conversation are removed.
I say influence public opinions, you know. Alright, so ultimately, because the gospel, the Bible, they're going to deem that as hate speech as well, you know. And, that's what's coming upon the face of the earth very soon, you know, as they speak about them even being locked up and so forth, because the scripture speaks about these things. We know these times are coming. There's Revelation chapter 2 verse 10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. This is the number of time, the literal 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I'll give thee a crown of life. So, it's about pushing this through regardless, yeah. But the time is literally going to come when, as and get to implement that specific section, them strike one channel, that's it. You know, there's no putting up more channel, there's no longer going live, and almost every brother gets strike here and lose channels. Right? How much number me know? 1, 2, tell me that my third channel right now. You know, doing them pandemic, then just take them down. So let's get this real quick. Amos. So the scripture says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. There's Amos 8 verse 11. Behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. And because now them know which power they on the roadside, now them know so them can type in certain things and find information on YouTube, Rumble, or whatever. You know, brothers, the truth is out there, yo. So people can access it. But once the clampdown start, once the devil start come down with them great wrath, you know, with those claws, then eventually these austere measures will be implemented. And that's going to be the end, yeah. And them not can this until they like it's sealed at the end of the day. Because most are working. And it says, scripture, not the hurt, not the sea, not the trees, till the elect be sealed, till the elect get this knowledge. But it will behoove you to get it while it's hot. You get it while you can. Because we see the moves they make. Right? Let's close with that actually. Scripture tells us clearly. Isaiah 55 in verse 6, it says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. And you find the Lord what through servants and prophets. That's where you get the word of the Lord. Right? And now when I say while he may be found, because the time coming when he will not be found. It says, call you upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon. And I think in the Apocrypha is there when he's before he's turned his face. Because there's going to be mass judgment out here in the streets here. And people going to want answers. But now's the time to get the answer. Now's the time to understand what go on before it happen. Right? Thinking second is just 5. Says 5 verse 1, it says, nevertheless, as coming the tokens, the plagues, the signs of the times, all of that's written, the destruction, behold, the days shall come, that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number. So people are dead left, right, and center. So the scripture said, the slain of the Lord shall be many, and the way of truth shall be hidden. So the Most High hide the way of truth by removing the prophets. Now will be accessible as we are right now. And the land shall be barren of faith, but iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou sayest, or that thou hast heard long ago. And the land that thou seest now to have root shall thou see wasted suddenly. Right? And I think I just drop it there. I think there was another point though. Hold on there. Yeah, here. We start at 9. It says, and salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Sedition, chaos in the streets. It says, then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into the secret chamber. So no, I say wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. No wisdom cry without in the street, as is written in the book of Proverbs 1, and 20. But soon and very soon will not be out there in the streets. It says, and shall be sought of many, and yet not be found. Then shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon earth. One land also shall ask another, and say, is righteousness that maketh a man righteous gone through thee? And it shall say, no. At the same time shall men hope, but nothing obtain. They shall labor, but their ways shall not prosper. Right? And that's when people gonna lose it. That's when they're gonna try to seek the word of the Lord. But at that point, it'll be too late. Now I'm gonna get the precept now that I mentioned earlier. It says, well, our job is just to give you warning. Whether you hear or forbear is not our concern. The scripture says, speak into the ears of my people the words of prophecy. And it also says what? Whether they will hear or whether they forbear. The scripture did tell us not a lot of people go and believe either. 13. And so okay. Wait, let's do it the old way. Pull out my physical Bible. I always think it's 17. Mm-hmm. And 23. 1823. Start 20 and then skip down. It says, before judgment, examine thyself, and in the day of visitation thou shalt find mercy. Humble thyself before thou be sick, and in the time of sins show repentance. Let nothing hinder thee to pay thy vow in due time, and defer not until death to be justified. Before thou prayest, prepare thyself, and be not as one that tempteth the Lord. Think upon the wrath that shall be at the end, and the time of vengeance, when he shall turn away his face. And that's the time that's coming, eh? And anybody when they get covered under that tower, right, gonna be destroyed. And then they're gonna try to seek the Lord, that is written. In them affliction, them shall seek him early. When they quoted peace side earlier, so let's get it. Proverbs 1:20. It says, Wisdom cried without, she uttered her voice in the streets. She cried in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttered her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools yet knowledge. So that's the gospel. So how long you continue this bullshit, right? Scripture said, Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called, and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, time of Jacob's trouble, which is swiftly approaching. This is Trump and make him, they call executive orders. It says, And your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. And he's really referring to the Israelites. These nations did not receive and get either way. And the Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Native Americans, Latinos. Right? Verse 28. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, as is written, in their affliction they shall seek him early. But that early is too late. Supposed to seek him before the destruction, before the time of trouble. Right? That's like during the time of Noah, when rain start falling in place of flood out, people are called upon the Most High. No, too late. Should do it before the rain start. It says, For that they hated knowledge, and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. So the elect will be protected here. But the common person, that's been rejecting the word of the Lord, them gonna know them messed up, yo. But when them gonna choose to do it in that time, now gonna be accessible. So now is the time to seek the Lord, because we see the moves I make, you see. These moves on social media tied to one identity and prosecute people, bring forth information, which ultimately them coming up against the prophets. Right? So now is the time, eh? So giving our praise, of course, to Poya about Shem Shai, about Shem Kakodash, the banners into elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the full like. Shalom.